All right, so this gentleman wants to learn how to stinger, so we're gonna do exactly that. Now, I do hit a 2-iron for my stingers, occasionally a 4-iron, but typically it's gonna be my longest iron. So what we're gonna do here is just hit a baseline shot so we can kind of get like an understanding of what my normal numbers look like, hitting a stock 2-iron shot. So give me 1 sec, hopefully I can hit a good one, no warm up as usual. So that felt decent, not bad. Okay, we'll go with that one. So the numbers we're gonna really focus on here is, your launch angle, your spin rate, your height. Let's see, what else? Yeah, we're just gonna go with that, to be honest. Obviously, club face, club path are very important. But when it comes to hitting a stinger, the things that change for me is because my priority is to hit it low, right? I need to hit it low. And I can't swing fast because when I swing fast, the spin rate is going to increase and that's going to get the ball up. We don't want to do that. So the first key, we're not swinging crazy quick. Obviously, we're going to swing, pretty good, but we're not going to swing as hard as we can, right? The second thing, obviously, we need to launch it low. We really need to get that ball flight low. So my feel, right, is I'm following through way, way lower than normal, right? If you'll see, and I'll try to do a side-by-side here, my stock 2-iron, probably gonna be a little bit higher, and then my follow-through is gonna be way lower, kind of ideally coming under my belt line, just barely. So those are the two key things we're gonna be focusing on, right? Is we're not gonna swing crazy fast, and we're just gonna follow through nice and low. When it comes to it, that's really what I focus on. Now, you can put the ball position slightly back in your stance to get it lower, and that's totally fine, but you do need to accommodate for that. If you're gonna put the ball position low, right? Because the golf swing is on this arc around our body, if you now magically put the ball position further back, right? You're gonna be hitting it more on the inside part of the arc. And for a right-handed golfer, you're gonna be coming more from the inside. So it's typically gonna launch right. So if you're gonna do that, make sure you aim a little bit more left to accommodate for that, okay? So what I'm gonna do here now is let's gonna see if we can hit it a little bit lower. So launch angle was 12. I don't know, I'm not really sure what type of launch conditions I'm gonna expect for this, but I am gonna expect something lower. So let's see if we can get something nice and low. So for me, I am gonna open the stance up a little bit, put the ball position back. I'm gonna really make sure I follow through low. That was very low and crunched. Yeah, much lower, right? And you can look at the difference in the total distance was basically the same, 263, but the carry was obviously a little bit different. But let's see if we can see anything different. So I launched it at 5 degrees, right? I think we were at almost 12 before. My height, 40 feet. So definitely a lot lower there, okay? So see what the spin rate is. Again, lower, 2,700, right? So those are the key things you need to do when it comes to hitting a stinger, right? You don't need to swing crazy fast, right? So we really want to make sure we keep that ball position a little bit back, right? Open the stance just a little bit, follow through low, and don't swing crazy fast, right? Now this is a great shot to hit because as you can see, both swings, total distance went the exact same. But where the stinger comes in handy is if I was mega into the wind, if I were to hit that 2-iron stock, it's gonna get murdered by the wind and it's gonna maybe only go 240. Whereas this shot, it's not gonna get touched by the wind and it may not go 263, but you might get 255, 250 out of it, right? So it's a very useful shot to hit. It's a very simple shot to hit. It's not easy, obviously. It requires excellent contact. It requires, being able to actually hit a 2-iron. Not many people can hit a long iron like this. So yeah, I think a lot of practice is important, especially before you put it into play. But the key things, I would probably just focus on, before you even add speed, just go nice and slow and just really focus on seeing if you can really get that follow through nice and low. Like that was too low, obviously. It's gonna not even have any launch whatsoever, 1.9. But I think when you're trying to learn something, it's better to over exaggerate something as opposed to not doing it enough, right? At least that there, I got low, right? So at least I knew all I need to do now is just dial it back just a little bit, right? So we can maybe get to the point where it's obviously a little bit higher. So what was that? 1.9 degrees of launch. Let's see if, let's go for 7 degrees of launch here. All right, see if we can get something a little bit, 8 degrees. So closer, oh no, 7.9. So for me, play around with it, right? See if you can get really, really low and then dial it back a bit, right? I'd much rather you fail by hitting it too low as opposed to, not doing anything and hitting it high. Okay, so I hope that helps. I hope that's very, informative, because it is a great shot to hit. If you do have any questions, any comments, please put them below. I really appreciate any feedback. And yeah, always remember, like, comment, subscribe. I love making these videos. And yeah, any more suggestions, put them in the comment box below. Thank you.